Basket here. Welcome back to the Team BS Patron server. So I've done a lot of work. So the last episode on here, I decided to redo things, and I had this path here, and then this path actually here, I think. And then I was considering making a path here. That's where I left off. Yeah, I was a goater. So then I started working on that at the end of the last stream. And then I ended up being on tech support for a long time. And so during that time, I sort of did some busy work. And I came up with this design. So let's actually go up top. It might make a little bit more sense up there. So instead of having the storage here, and I talked about having a ring, I guess, last episode. But now I've kind of perfected that logic. So now there is... John helped me put in a lot of the chests. But there's actually a ring of chests that go all the way around the whole thing. 4 high. So all this is going to be have item sorters. And then so this goes all the way around in a circle. And then how you will get to it. Let's go over to this side. So right now it's underneath the water. And I was considering changing it to not be underneath the water. But I might actually leave the chest storage underneath the water. And somehow incorporate that so that obviously the redstone will not break. I want the redstone to stick around. But I want to, so I'm actually make this part be in water when I do it. And then somehow make that interact better with, because right now it's just sort of randomly pouring down. So I might have it so it'll come out, like the water will come out to here maybe, and then go down, but then be captured by like a little, like a second ledge that's underneath these maybe. Something like that. But making it so all this is actually all water here. So as you're navigating around, you come up to this chest, and if you want iron, you open it up and you grab some iron or whatever's in this chest. But leaving it underneath the water. So you'd come in with, your depth strider and your diving helmet, so you can navigate around and everything. That's my plan. But so to get onto this layer from above, there's going to be this, and then same thing in all 4 sides. There's going to be a path coming here. And then somehow, I haven't quite decided how. I also knocked out some torches, I guess. There's going to be paths going down. So I'm thinking, again, 3 apart. So that kind of works out too. So perhaps these 3 here will have a path going down. But not all. I mean, I'll see how that interacts here, because I'm actually gonna need to come up with a slime farm idea for this, because I think that's where they're sliming on top of that. So I want to set up a farm where it's basically the same top, but then I have some sort of way of like where they'll spawn and they'll go over the edge. So I think they would need to be a 2 gap. That would then fall down into water. I'm assuming that's still how slimes die. And then I can collect it after that. Because I think how it works. So I might actually pop into creative possibly to kind of experiment on that. But for now, right now, I'll come back to that part. But for now, I'm actually going to work on putting in some of the item sorting stuff. So, oh, and also during that time while I was on this, I had JJ Bonzig show up. Hello! Speaking of JJ Bonzig showing up. It's crazy. She came up and she died. She came out. She was exploring my base. And I think it was this hole here. She fell right through and then fell down into the bottom. It was the first death on the server. Oh well, happens, I guess. Okay, so I made a bunch of hoppers. John made a bunch of them, but then I made a bunch more. So let's put in some of these hoppers first, and then we can work on how the water. Like how the actual mechanism will work, and then what the design will be for the covering of the redstone so that it doesn't all break. And then also we have these pillars here, which is for the iron golem farms. So I might, I guess those will be out in the water, because this is already out in the water, then I don't have to worry about it. Let's get a little bit closer. So then there's going to be hoppers pointing into each of the chests. Yeah. Downside is I don't have water breathing potions on right now, so I actually will run out of oxygen, and you can't put torches on here, so that doesn't work. So I might have to cause to come up with a way so that while you're over here, you have some way of actually breathing. So for now, I will just make a pillar here and then do that. So now I can breathe. Okay. So now let me remember how these work. So I want to have a hopper here pointing into that. I want a block up here that this hopper is pointing into. And then there'll be a hopper chain. I don't know exactly where it'll start. So I suppose possibly it'll somehow come up from the top and then start and be here. Oop, start here. Okay. So that's going to start there, and then this path is going to continue going in this other direction. I should really get water breathing potions, I guess. I didn't really think about this. Okay, anyway. So then this path is going to continue this way. So let's bring it up to here. And then we can see how it'll work with when it gets to these junctions here, where it like turns, or curves, I guess. All right, so then we have that. Let's go ahead and put, there's going to be hoppers behind there, right? Yeah. And then over here, oops, well, that's fine. I need some block to build it against. Maybe actually putting them there will actually work out better. The problem is, like, I'm trying to swim up, and then I have to hold down on shift to place the hopper on top of the hopper. I'm trying to balance that. It's actually a little easier than when you're in creative trying to do that, but it's still kind of a pain. I could put a ladder there. That would do it. Where's there a mob? It's weird. Okay. Hello, Gior9IB. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but welcome. So we're gonna put these hoppers along here, right? Yeah. No. What am I doing wrong here? Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. This wouldn't be the one that comes over yet. I think it needs to go up one more. Yes, you are new. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Gior, I guess maybe is how I would say, possibly. Okay, so because I think we need... Yeah, we need one layer on top of this still. I still can't breathe. I'm gonna start drowning. Actually, I'm not drowning very fast. Okay, now I am. I guess, yeah, I'll drown faster than... Georgie B. Aha, okay. Welcome to the stream. Alright, now we can breathe for a little bit. So now, we want to add a block here that's going to point in... These hoppers are going to point into that. So we can go like this. And then it'll come out. So this is the start of this particular chain. Let's go ahead and eat. And then back here is where we're going to have the redstone in the water. So there's going to be a torch on top of this. Actually, I guess I have to decide what blocks. Thank you for the follow, VMG Pro 1189. Welcome to the stream. Let's guess that we're going to use Prismarine for, well, so the actual top of it's going to be glass. I'm thinking white glass. Let's grab some white glass. And let's guess for now that we'll use just regular blocks like that. And then we might as well get some redstone around, just so we can prepare for that. And that's good for now. So I need to put this back in my inventory. So I'll put these in here. Put these in here. Okay. Oh, we can get rid of it. Thank you for the follow, Georgie B. So let's try and build this underneath the water. Let's see how well it works. I'm planning on having like a glass top, like a glass arch top up here. So at the very least we can get rid of these. And then this row here is actually aren't going to stick around, so we can get rid of those. I'm actually going to have probably, I guess, furnaces on top of these, which I should have brought with me. So there'll be furnaces on top of that. Let me get rid of this too. Okay, so now we're going to want to have... is it because what? Oh, I'm sorry. You love Minecraft. Yes, it is. It is because. Yes, it is because. Oh, I should breathe. Okay, now I can breathe. I have to stack up on the water breathing potions. All right, so we have. This is where we're going to want to detect off of. So we'll put these blocks in. And then there's going to be a comparator on top of that pointing this direction. You have to run. All right, we'll see you. And then below that, we're going to have some blocks. Actually, I'm sorry, not right there, but we can leave it there. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what I want. And there's torches on top of that. Comparator there. And then that's going into a block here that has a repeater on top of it. I'm going to drown in a second. Okay, there we go. Alright, take that out. And then we have some repeaters on top of that, which we can't do quite yet. And then there's going to be blocks on top of that. This doesn't seem quite right. We'll see. Oh, but yeah, so with the new update, they're going to allow you to rename multiple blocks in the thing. It's going to be pretty sweet. Okay. Multiple blocks in the anvil. Right now you can only rename one at a time. So repeaters there, redstone on top of this, a block on top of that, and redstone on top of that. Okay, that's right. And then we have a comparators along here. So, that being said, let's see what happens if we breathe, and then we will see how we can get rid of the water. So we'll want to put a glass roof on this. And I might... So glass, but then I also might want to put in some lighting as well, possibly. So there's going to be... On top of this, there's going to be furnaces. I think I'm going to make it so I can stand in here. So I can walk along this area. Because it's all going to be... It's not going to be spawnable anyway. So the glass is going to start... we'll just put that block there, and then we'll start the glass here. I might add some lighting also in there. I could think about where I want to put the lighting exactly. There's going to be blocks on top of this, so we still want to keep it at this height. And then it's going to drop down a little bit, so we can go like this. And so I guess we won't be able to walk from there to there. But that's okay. So now... we will bring the back of the glass up. We'll see how this looks from far away. So we'll just do this for now. Like that. And then, I guess I extended this a little further than I had to. Right? I think? Yeah. Because I was looking at that wall. Okay. So then, let's remove this glass. This is silk touch, I think, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, and now, let's breathe again. So I'm gonna build this whole thing underneath the water, so I'll probably get water breathing potions before I actually, like, finish this whole project. It would have made sense for me to also get slime blocks. Let's get some slime blocks, because it'll be easier to get rid of the water. And then, yeah. I think when I get rid of it, I guess it'll still pour in an annoying way. Maybe. We'll see. So slime blocks help me easy to get rid of the water. And let's put some more of these hoppers away so we have a bit more space. And let's see how this works. Alright, we'll take out also this glass here. And so, I mean, some of these chests might just have like some of these random building blocks that end up falling in. Alright, so if I come in here and I add in all these blocks, let's see where the water pours into. I think it might pour in all the way because it'll come in along the side and then we'll see. Okay. Yeah, it's pouring in quite a bit. Okay, well, once it gets to the to that surface, then it kind of goes. Okay, and then I think I dropped one. These are still sort of rare, so I'm gonna swim all the way down and get it. I think I dropped one. No? Oh, I didn't. I guess I didn't drop one. Okay, sorry. So it doesn't. It's not completely all the way filled in. But basically, so like most of this is filled in. I guess it does stop there, so I can probably do the same thing if I perfected the way I did these. I guess I have to do the bottom as well, maybe. I mean, I can also just build in like the whole. I kind of want to just build in this chunk and then see how it looks. So that does get rid of that side. So for now, I could just do that, I guess. Where's the light coming from? Oh, I guess I have lights down below. That's maybe where it's coming from. That seems far away. I don't know, maybe not. Okay. Anyway, so for now we'll leave that on there. So we want to do. I guess we'll have to do that. What? We'll block out both sides. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to block off a lot of stuff to really get everything working, but. So here, for now, just so we can get things in place. That's not what I want. So we can get things in place. We put those in, and then we cover that up. I'm trying to figure out what this is going to look like from the outside, but it's not being really easy right now. Oh no, my pick is too strong. Okay. So then these are going to be comparators, because I want this to look neat. Is what I'm after. Okay. Okay. Alright, good. And then there. And then put in the dust. And then super pick. Alright, go like that. Put in the dust. I will have to break something to get out. I don't really want the water to pour in. I guess I can just break this and go down. So I will make just these two functional. Break this and then fall down. Although that probably broke the... Oh, it didn't break the repeater. Interesting. I guess, yeah. Okay, alright. Kind of makes sense. Alright, so that is kind of what it will be like. With no additional light. So it's actually that light that's in there is from this, I guess. So that's going all the way up through the hoppers and then kind of lighting up that thing. So there's furnaces on top of that. Let's also get the furnaces. There won't be the green stuff actually, but like the slime won't be there. But that's kind of what I'm looking at for the setup. So I want furnaces. I think I have a bunch from somewhere. Oh, actually, in my other chest. Yeah. Okay. Where's that zombie? There's a zombie somewhere. There's some dark spot. Alright, so then we'll have furnaces running along here. And then also here. Oh, will the furnaces put stuff in there? Or rather, will the hoppers put stuff into the furnaces there? If you put it into the side, that goes into the fuel spot, I think. So if we put some coal in there, does that end up inside the furnace? I guess the answer is no. I'm dreading. So where was that? That was one of these. Okay, so I guess it doesn't put it in there. Interesting. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we have some furnaces in there, and then there is, yeah, like that. So, design-wise, I have to decide on how I want to handle that. So you can't really see it at all. Which, I mean, I guess is okay. But I might consider doing this. So on top of each of these, putting that. Let's back up. And then I could do something else. I mean, I could add also a layer right there. If I wanted to. So I could do... I'm pretty sure you could still put that chest, right? Yeah. So I could do this. So it kind of covers up the furnaces a little bit. And then up here, like I might leave that up there, possibly, but I could add, aquamarine blocks, or you know, one of those new blocks, whatever, on top of these lights. That might be cool. And then if you're, you know, if you're over it, then you can see all the redstone, which is fine. I'm not too worried about covering up the redstone. So I think that's my plan. So I need to have the same. I'll just put in all the hoppers to start, and then I can put in all the glass. Thank you for the follow, Exp Creeper. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think that's my plan. So I'm gonna put in all the hoppers first, and then I'll add the glass in, and then I will add the bottom stuff, and then actually I guess so. The other thing is the redstone. So over underneath here, if I put a torch there, will it stay? Yeah, it won't. Well, it won't stay because there's water next to it. So it's I might need to. I might need to also make it so there's no water in this layer here, which I could do if there's no water like around me anyway. So if this whole layer is there, I'll have to come through and put in slime blocks and take them out to remove the water in that layer, going all the way around the whole thing, so that the torches, because there's gonna be a redstone torch here, so that will actually stay, because otherwise it goes away. But right now it's, you know, coming back in because there's enough source blocks. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Ronaldo Joe 7. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing some underwater item sorting stuff. So I'm going to start with just putting in the hoppers facing into those, and then I'll add some of the extra hoppers that move things around. We also need to decide. I guess also this could be a problem. So part of this thing here relies on like how far the distance that it travels. But if it gets to here, that might actually spill over into the neighboring thing. So I guess let's build 3 layers of this together, and then we'll find out if we need to change our item sorting to work in a different way, because that might be a problem. So put in these guys. There's going to be furnaces on top of these, and then there's going to be hoppers pointing into that, and then hoppers going this direction. So for now, I will just put in this block so I have something to put it against. So blocks there, there, and there, and then one more there. So that's a continuous chain. And then we can put, oop, that's not, put these guys in. All right, good. We're gonna move this and this. So now that's all in place. Let's put in the glass. I don't know if we have enough on this or not. We'll see. We might have to go grab some more in a second. But so in all the spots where it goes 3, so here it's actually further in, so I don't think we need this one here. And I should go grab more glass now while I'm thinking about it. I'll need to, yeah, we'll see, because I have a feeling that it's going to bleed through in a bad way. So I'll have to see how I'm going to set up the item sorting when it's in a staggered design. So let's get some more white glass. We have some there. Bone meal, and then I think I have more glass upstairs. So we're gonna need a lot of white glass. So let's go make some. Oh, it's up there. So let's get rid of some of that. Let's get rid of something else in my inventory. Kind of want everything. I guess trap chests. Okay, there we go. Oops. And some more. Okay. So let's go put down a bunch of this white glass, and we'll have to see how it's all going to be set up to actually work right. That's going to be some more lighting there, but we can come back to that part. And these blocks here, yeah, this is where I'm going to have the comparators on top of that, and then we have a layer on top of that as well, like that. And then let's see, yeah, and then there's gonna be a layer here, and then it dips in each layer that we come, and then there's gonna be, it's this U shape, so I'm gonna put that down first, just so I have something to build on. And then over here, we'll go like this. So some of these extra blocks I'm going to take out. So like this one is an extra block. And then this is an extra block, I think. Yeah. Oop, I'm drowning. And then I think this is extra? No. That was not extra. Let's not drop. Okay, so what is extra? This needs to come out. Okay, so that there was actually, there we go. Put this back on. So then this one goes away, over on this side? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're good. So that's the U shape there, and then I guess I should have actually just left that block there, because I need to build the glass on top of that. And then we can take that out, and that out. And then we'll come up here, and it's gonna be the same sort of setup as that. So we put in glass on top of this, and then this layer comes out 2 from each of those, and then it actually dips down. Yeah, I guess I'll do that now. So then or does it go 3 out? Oh, it does go 3 out. Okay. So then this is already 3 out. Okay, I understand what's happening. So it goes like that. Oh, I can't do it. I'm trying to. Water breathing potions. Note to self. Okay. So then this one is actually, there's this here, but it's actually, the mechanisms are a little further in. So we actually will move it inward by 1. And so part of, as it goes around this corner, is the glass doesn't go a full 3, because in part of that, it's the hoppers going around there. Which I could actually adjust, but I'm not going to. I kind of like the way that works. Okay, so now we will have glass going here, and then let's go ahead and put this here, and then we'll do glass coming here. So now we have the top of this arcing thing here. So it's coming to here, and we need to remove all of the water. So I'm using this just because it's easy to break the this material, and we can still breathe it with it, put down torches and stuff. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover up this side, so it's not going to be quite like that side's going to be an issue, but for now, and then we can just punch this. We don't have to worry about breaking you know, breaking everything else. So we can do that. Because if I use my pick, I have like really fast stuff. Let's see. What is... Okay, I guess it... Try to figure out where exactly... where exactly all the stuff is going to be. Let's see. Okay. Is all the water gone yet? Yes. Good. Alright, so that's there. We can get rid of all of that and these. Oh, it's a little jumpy. Okay. Let's see. And what is this? Yeah, we can get rid of those. So I guess we can get around under here. I mean, when we're here, we can't... Oh, we're going to have a block on top of that. Okay, never mind. That's right. Alright. So yeah, so we can... Right now... Let's see, let me carefully remove this corner block, just so I can get up here. So we'll add in the redstone, and we'll look to see if we're going to run into problems. I'm pretty sure we will. So this one does need it. So this is going to be here. And then this one goes here. The reason why it's tricky is because I can't place it while I'm on top of that spot, and I can't get behind it otherwise. And then one more. Oh, I see. There's a hopper right there. Interesting. Okay, anyway. So then those are there, and then we have regular repeaters here, like that. And then we can put that block back. We can get up to here, put in these blocks, like that, and then put in the dust. And then we can decide how it's gonna work. So, okay, so if this one here reaches down to that, it's also gonna reach down to that. So yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah. That's not good. We don't want that. Let me ponder that. If we have... I mean, one option is the chest at the turn. So another approach is that the one that's at the spot here, I can have this be lower. No, that makes it worse. I could have it so that I'm not actually sorting out this line separate. Like so, so I guess this here, I just wouldn't have redstone. And then instead of pulling, let's see. So what I would do then is, which chest is which? Or which hoppers? I can't tell what's going on back here. But basically, so this one would sort, and it would also be giving it next door. Welcome back. Sorry. I missed that. I'm back. JJ Bonzig, or anybody that's really good with redstone. She's a redstone pro. Do you have any ideas? So what happens is, so with this here, this one gets a signal strength of 3 when it has a certain amount of items. So it's supposed to trigger this thing to move the items down. So signal strength of here goes here, hits the repeater, powers the block underneath this, that then unpowers the torch below the block that I'm standing on, which is great. But power 3 also will jump down into here. That will end up causing, then it will end up causing this one to also think it should release, and then it'll break the whole system. So, I need to somehow make it so this thing doesn't bleed this direction. Because I would ideally like to keep all these things separate for sorting. Hello. Hello, hello. Because alternatively, what I can do, let's remove some of this stuff carefully, is, and then this stuff is probably water right under here. Yeah. So let's see what is what. So it's going down right there. And into the other stuff. So in this case, what I would do for this, if I needed to, welcome back, is I would put in this, and then put this in. I would have no redstone along this line at all. And then I would take this hopper out. No, that wouldn't work. I want this hopper to not accept anything from up there. But only based on this sorting. So I guess I would take this out. And then I need this hopper to put down. Let's remove some more blocks. Carefully. You love Minecraft? I do as well. I do as well. So this is going into the first of the hoppers right here. So I'm trying to think of how this thing will sort it and then also give it to both sides. I can do it without using that first chest. Let me see. So it comes down into here. So this is what's sorting it, and this one here, if I were to, I'd still want to point in that direction. I could have this hopper. No, that one's already at the chest. So I need to have. I almost need this hopper to not put anything down, and then this hopper to still be able to move stuff over. Let's try that. Let's try and get out of here. Okay. So let's put down some blocks. So I'm going to keep this hopper where it is. I'm going to take this hopper away. And this one's going to point down, and then this one's going to point over. But it's not going to work out right. We'll see. I need to get the stuff working down below. I could build this in a different environment, actually. Let's do that. Let's go to a test world. It might be easier to not build it underneath the water. Okay, everything's fine. I really hate that the other server is in. Oh, that's too many emotes. Yeah, please don't spam emotes. It's no good. I thought I had my bot set up to not really allow that. It's kind of weird. Okay, so if we go, maybe I didn't enable that actually. So what I want to do is do that same items order. Let's duplicate that environment. So we need some chests. Instead of trying to build this underneath the water, it'd be obviously easier to do it here. We want comparators. Redstone, we got all that stuff. Okay, good. So we have chests. Oh, and trap chests. So like that. We built a castle. Cool. I have, and this one I'm doing a lot of train station stuff. Sort of. That's what I'm into. All right, and then we'll go like this. Like that. We'll do hoppers pointing in. So my objective is I'm trying to... I'll build the regular sword with the way I already have it. So these point in. And then I have some random blocks there that these are pointing into. And then again here as well. There we go. Like that. And then on top of that, there is a line that's coming along this way. Like that. Definitely easy to... Yes. Yeah, this is a little bit easier to maneuver. And then we'll actually just leave that chest there. It was just a building block, but I want to see what actually leaves. So this stuff goes away. So this is kind of the setup. Let's put in the rest of the blocks. Let's get some... We'll use regular stone, sure. So then there's detectors on that. So we go like this. This comes down. Yeah. So there's going to be repeaters here. Like that. Repeater or comparators along here. And then redstone. This is what we had built in the other spot. Oh, almost. So we have this going along like that. So now these things will accept. So let's use stone as the non-stacking block. So we're going to drop in something else. So let's do dirt is our other block. So if we say dirt, 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 then we can just drop in a bunch of dirt here, and then actually I guess, yeah, so that'll all that will be sorted through here first. So what we're trying to test now, so maybe I will make this one, so the first one's dirt, okay, whatever. Next one is going to be gold ore. That didn't work. Gold ore. What I'm trying to do is make it so that this thing will not have to have this redstone at all, but will still be able to accept whatever's here. So potentially, if I have this thing point there instead, and what I'm thinking is if I point this down, and then if I power this, try to decide how I'm going to power it without affecting. So, because the other issue, so if we have the same thing here, where we have the same setup where it goes like that, and then it does its, you know, formation like this. So it's staggered by 1. So we don't want to affect this line here when we put it in. So whatever we do to power that, we need to not power this. So I guess we could do... No, that's not work. You just power that thing. Because if we don't power it, what happens is anything that goes into here... So let's make sure that this... So that it's this line here. So this currently has nothing in it. If we put some blocks into this, so the slab ends up down here. No, where'd it go? Oh, it ended up in there. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I put it directly in there, so it defaulted to go there. So if I do that, it's just going to go down. So I need to power that guy. Maybe. Let's say if we just power it, what happens? So let's just put a block there. So it does that. No longer let things pass from up there down. So spruce log doesn't end up down there. So that does stop that from happening. The next question is, does this move stuff over or not? So let's just give it a bunch. So it is moving stuff down. Okay. So if with this configuration, if I can power just that guy, that will stop this thing from giving stuff down, but then this thing can still flow through fine. Although we don't want that to flow through fine when it's actually powered, which is what it's currently doing. So that's not good. So, okay, so it's not gonna work. Nope, bad design. Okay. So I'll go back to what I previously was doing. And we need to try to figure out how to make this work with this. I mean, I guess if I have that one... No, yeah. I could do it where that one's pointing over here. Like, if it doesn't use one of the chests, I think I could do it. But there's a lot of... I mean, that's often. Where, I mean, it's a big curve. Huh. I did not really consider this issue when I was planning to make a big ring of chests. With no space in between. Huh. I don't know, I'll have to think about that one, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Because... I'm stumped. I feel like I'm playing The Witness. At least it's not flashing at me. Crazy lights and spinning around and stuff. Yeah. Right. If I... Okay, so here's one option. Maybe. No. That wouldn't work. If you do the sorter in a square, then the redstone will still work. With the back, you will... Yeah, I want it to be a ring. So yeah, my current what's that in logic? The statements that are assumed. Whatever. Assume I'm going to keep it in a ring. And I want to try to figure out a redstone solution to make that work. I mean, one option is, again, I could just not even sort. Like, so one of these spots I could just not even sort. But that seems silly. Wait, if I do... Right, but that would still... Yeah, so I mean, one option is on these ones, I could have it so that this isn't even here. This one points that direction, so this doesn't do anything. And then what that's going to do is when this one sorts out, it's going to put it there, and so it's going to distribute between these two. And this chest will never actually get anything. So there's basically a dud chest. Every time there's a curve coming up, the top chest before the curve will be a dud. Or I guess it might make more sense to do this way. No, like this. But there's times where, like, I'm doing a few different curves. So that might not be a great solution, but that's a solution where essentially this chest doesn't do anything. But I think that'll work. So if we do stuff we're not actually sorting, and then we'll say it's gold. So drop it a bunch of gold. That will come in to here. Eventually it'll reach the point where it starts going down. Eventually. Is it going down? Or did I not have enough in there? Hold on. I think that might have been the small amount. Okay, try this again. Dupe. Okay. So now it's probably going into here first or here first. Oh, it's the trap chest. So every time I open it, it stops showing me. But so they're going into there right now. My guess is that once this is all filled up, then it'll start going in here. So we can simulate that by doing that, I guess. So I think they'll all go into that first column there, and then they'll go over to the next one. So let's put just a bunch of stuff in there. I guess I have to fill up all the hoppers before it'll really happen. So this is probably not really worth demonstrating. But anyway, so what will end up happening is it'll fill up that first column there, and then it will spill over to the next one. So let's see how far it's going. So it's slowly filling up that one. It'll fill up all that. Once this thing is filled up, then I think it'll move over to the other way. Gotta run. All right. Well, thank you for thanks for the suggestion of doing a square. But yeah, I'm gonna not do that. But yeah, good luck. Good luck with your running. So once this fills up, I guess I want to make sure that it actually will carry over in case there's some reason why it's not. Just to make sure. So that would make one chest per turn useless. In spots where it does a complete turn where it's like there's a chest and then it goes in another angle. I don't really know what's going to happen in that case. Let's see. All right, let's see how this is going. So still counting up. We have to go through all this. Here, I'll get a bunch more in my inventory, and then that'll be, I can manually fill up the bottom ones. Okay, so that's about to be filled up. And then at that point, I think it's going to start putting it in the next chest. So once these 3 chests are filled up, then it will start putting it into these ones. So once that fills up. Okay, and boom. Okay, so now, yeah, so now it's just putting it in here. Okay, so this would work for a lot of the spots. It ends up making this one chest here not actually used. But that seems like a solution. If I can't figure out some solution back here, so in that case I would do this, and just not have any redstone there. So that's a solution. If I can't think of something back here, so I might see if John has any ideas for what I can do back here. But otherwise, I will do this. The problem is, so if we go back to the world and we get out of here somehow without breaking everything, this should be okay. So if we come back out here, like that's not too bad here, so that would make this chest useless. That would make this chest useless, that chest useless. But then when I get to here, I can't do it. Like it gets weird. I guess I can do this one, and then I would make this chest like so. Yeah, so like I don't like that solution at all because I have these things. So where it's like it's staggered one, and so trying to skip wouldn't really work because I have to skip this one, otherwise it would bleed over, and like, so that's a bad solution. I need to brainstorm some more, I guess. But anyway, that is actually the end of the stream. Thank you everybody for coming.